back.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Thank you very much. See, all of this is new. All of this concrete and the flowers, which are a fancy barricade, the guard shack.
What? Who you guys with? Huh? Who you guys with? Who she with? Congresswoman. Oh, I'm sorry. I was...
That's just the typical kind of treatment that I receive. It's typical, so I'm not surprised and I'm not offended.
I hope not. I'm sorry, man.
Okay, thank you.
Please forgive me.
Some things never change. That's what Tupac said. When I got back to Congress, I got my seat back on the House Armed Services Committee, although I did not get my seniority as I had asked. The chairman is going to strictly adhere to the 5-minute rule so everybody can have a chance to ask their question. And they get almost to me, and then I hear Rumsfeld say he's got to go to lunch. And that a special accommodation had been worked out.
Absolutely. I took down the names of everyone who's left, and we'll get them down for breakfast sometime in the next 2 or 3 weeks.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman?
Let's do that.
Mr. Chairman, I have a question.
Yes, the gentlelady's recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Would that breakfast with the secretary be open to the public?
Well, if you want to bring all the omelets, it might be.
Well, Mr. Chairman, there are many of us who have important questions, and my question in particular is about the 4 war games that were taking place on September 11th and how they may have impaired our ability to respond to the attacks on September 11th.
Well, let me say the gentlelady
I would like that question to be answered in public, Mr. Chairman. Okay, those chairs are in that hearing room because the public is invited to hear just exactly what the military policies and priorities of our country are going to be. And a private breakfast was not the setting for the public. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
McKinney has kind of a political Tourette's syndrome. You know, she just can't stop herself from saying the truth, no matter how much trouble it gets her in.
While all of this was going on, DynCorp kept the Pentagon contract to administer the smallpox and anthrax vaccine. Mr. Secretary, is it policy of the U.S. government to reward companies that traffic in women and little girls? That's my first question. My second question, it's not this genteel kind of back and forth where nothing gets done. I want to see my secretaries, my cabinet, respond to the real questions that I tend to ask. There are serious financial management problems at the Pentagon. Fiscal year 1999, 2.3 trillion missing. Fiscal year 2000, 1.1 trillion missing. The Pentagon has claimed year after year that the reason it can't account for the money is because its computers don't communicate with each other. Who has the contracts today to make those systems communicate with each other? How long have they had those contracts? And how much have the taxpayers paid for them? Finally, Mr. Secretary, I do expect the written response to my previous question, hopefully by the end of the week.
Usually politicians follow under massive firepower cover. She's out in front taking the first arrows.
The answer to your first question is no, absolutely not.
Well, how do you explain the fact that DynCorp and its successor companies have received and continue to receive government contracts?
There are times that corporations can get off of out of the penalty box, if you will, and be permitted to engage in contracts with the government.
This company was never in the penalty box. If you could proceed to my second question, please.
I've forgotten what the second question was.
I would like to have the answer in writing as well as I don't think I've demonstrated much caution since I've been back to Washington, D.C. Maybe that wasn't the smartest thing to do. But now there's a difference. I really don't have anything to lose. I've lost everything. They took away my job, my livelihood. They took away my good name. So why not stand up? Why not fight?
Cynthia McKinney may have the wildest image of all members of the Black Caucus. But her views are very serious, and they are radical. That is, that they threaten the power structure as is. But she's not alone. Barbara Lee, John Conyers, most of the members of the Black Caucus, by reason of the people that they represent, have a quite different vision of America than the mainstream of either party.
It's those voices that this mass disenfranchisement of black voters is trying to silence.
Challenging the Bush administration's actions in domestic and foreign policy and their priorities and the values is one thing, but the bottom line is that even that is already rigged if we can't count on our vote actually being counted and counting. We know the truth, and we won't be stopped. So stay strong, my brothers and sisters, because we've got a lot of work to do. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, there comes a time when people of conscience are compelled to dissent. We love our country, and that is why we dissent. Thank you. Positive care.
I'm gonna vote, because it do count and it do matter.
Those people who say they're not voting because they're both the same, don't get out and vote, you'll never know.
If the people that's working inside the precinct is making it difficult for you, you have to do whatever it takes.
I'm a registered voter, and I ain't scared of none of y'all.